Okay, we will start with functions. So in some of the cases, some scenarios, we may require some block of code, some lines of codes to be executed again and again. So that will make your program lengthier, time consuming also. So in order to avoid that scenario, we will be using functions. So if any block of code, any number of lines of codes are repeated again and again, you can make that block of code as a function. And whenever you require that function, you can call there. So that is the intention behind this function. Function is a block of organized reusable set of instructions that is used to perform certain operations. Okay, it's a set of reusable instructions. So wherever we require, you can call these functions, this set of instructions there, and we can perform our operations there. No need to repeat the same set of code again and again. That is the use of function. Now, how we will name the function? The naming of function. Name of the function is like naming a variable and follows all the same rules. Now, in the initial class, we have seen how will you name a variable. All the same rules applicable here too. Okay. Now, parameters of a function are also known as arguments. Are the variables or data that we want our function to work on. So we will see it. Then this will become clear to you. Okay. So this is how we will define a function. Now, for example, you want to add two numbers. Okay, now for that define a function. Now here is how we will define a function. So it should start from a keyword def. So I will write it here def. Function should be started with a keyword def. Then the name of the function. See here add two numbers is the name of the function. See, since we require adding two numbers, these numbers should be passed inside the function. So for that, we require some variables, that is arguments, x comma, sorry, not here. So this is the name of the function. Say add, addition, def addition. Then what are the numbers to be added? X comma y. These are some variables known as arguments. Now, whenever we require to add two numbers, we will pass those numbers here as x and y, and we will get the numbers added. So, this is the way to define a function. Now, under which, now after this, there should be a colon. Now, under this, you have to write the corresponding action, the program, the statements to be used for getting the function done. Okay. Now here what is the function? Addition. Okay. So in order to perform addition, what is to be done? X plus y. This value should be returned to the location where from you called the function. Return. So you can see it here. Return x plus y. So we'll see it one by one with an example. Okay, so first is def, the name of the function, then parameters to be inputted into the function known as arguments, then colon. This colon should be there. Now the block of code, the function to be performed. Now see, there is an indentation here, one tab. There is an indentation. See here also you can see def starts here, but the block of code starts here. There is actually a space in between, indentation. that will automatically come. Okay, so we will see hands on. It will become more clear to you. See, now here I am defining a new function, def. Now function name is addition. Now parameters are x comma y. Then I am putting a colon here. Okay. Now what is the operation to be performed? Addition x plus y, and I am uh, assigning that value to a new variable z, and I am returning z value to a location from which we call the function. Now assume that we are calling the function here. Okay, assume that we are calling the function here. Calling the function here. Now, what is the function name? Addition. So addition of 4 comma 6. So we want to add two numbers 4 and 6. Now, for that purpose, we can use this function addition. Okay, so addition function already we have defined here. That will take two inputs only. So that two inputs we have here. You cannot give more than two. Okay, so when you call the function addition 4 comma 6, what will happen? This function will get called. Now this 4 will be passed to x, 6 will be passed to y. Now it will go inside the function, then 4 plus 6 will be calculated. Answer is 10. 10 will be assigned to z, and that 10 will be returned here. So this portion will be replaced with 10. That means this portion a will be equal to 10. Now when you print a, you will get 10. So that is the need for this return. Return means it will return the output to the location from which we have called the function. So where we have called the function, we have called the function here. Addition of 5 comma 3. So from here only we have called the function. Now output is said that output will be returned to this place. This place is what is output 538. 8. 8 will be assigned to A, then A will be printed. So let us see addition 5 comma 3. Let us see what is output. So before that, let me clear the uh, notebook. Okay, so we will start afresh. Okay, so I am uh, executing the function. I am calling the function here. A is equal to addition of 5 comma 3 and printing A. See what is output? 8. See, as I told you, Z contains 8. That 8 will be returned to here, will be assigned to A, and that A will get printed. 8 will get printed. I think this is clear to you. Okay. So this is function. Now this is a simple function. So instead of this, you can have a large number of lines inside a function, a large block of code inside the function. So whenever we require the use of that large block, you can call wherever you require. Okay, so this is function. Now let us define one more function here. Def squaring. Now here I am trying to differentiate, or I am trying to show you without this return also I can do the same thing. This return may not be there always. So how we can proceed without return? See here, I am defining a new function. I can define the same function, but I am defining a new function. See, def squaring operation. I am getting an input x because squaring means only we require one number. For example, 6. Okay, only what is the square of 6? You need to find out. So for that, only one argument is required. So I am getting only one argument x. Now z is equal to x square 2. Square means 2 stars. Okay, so at z you will get the square of x. Now print z. We are printing. That much is enough. Why we need to return it and printing? In this way also it is possible. Now let us see when you execute this, what will happen? So I am just deleting here. So this is the function. Now I am calling that function here. See the output 36. Now without returning also, when you call this function, see there is a print function inside the function. So that will automatically print the z value. So no need to return that value to this squaring and assigning to a and printing a. That is not required. If you require that, you do that. You do that. Otherwise, this is the another method. Here also you can do the same thing. I am not deleting this. So here I can print it. Print is set. Okay, okay. Spelling mistake. See, I am getting 8 here. Whatever way you feel like, you go with that. See, 8. Okay. Then one more function. So I think function is clear to you. One more type of function is lambda function. Lambda function. Now lambda function is also known as anonymous function. Lambda function is a small anonymous function defined without a name. There is no requirement for a function name. In a single line, you can perform everything. So, like we have seen in list comprehension, so here too, we can have lambda function. Lambda function is a small anonymous function defined without a name. The name is lambda only. With it is defined using lambda keyword. See here, this is the way lambda. Now arguments colon then expression. Okay. Lambda function can take any number of arguments but can only have one expression. So we will see what is that. See, this is the lambda function. Now x is equal to lambda a plus 10. Now this is the function name. Lambda function doesn't require any extra name. Lambda itself is a name. Okay, lambda a plus 10. Now you print x of 5. X is the, see, we will get the output of this expression. Expression is a plus 10. Output we will get inside this x. Now that x of 5 means this 5 will be passed to a. A plus 10 will be outputted to x. Then that will be printed here. See, no need to call any function. See, this is the multiplication. This we have seen in the last here. Here we have seen squaring. So instead of that, let us do multiplication here. So we have to input two inputs, 5 and 6. Now x is equal to lambda x comma y. There are two arguments, x comma y. Then what is the expression x into y? Now when you pass x of 5 comma 6, 5 will be passed to x, 6 will be passed to y. Then operation performed is x into y. Output will come to this x and printed. See, 30. Single line you can do everything. But this is, if you feel difficult, don't go for this. You go with the actual previous function. Okay, so here is another example. I want to add three numbers, a plus b plus c. Now you define a function using lambda function. X is equal to lambda abc. 5 will be, when you give x of 5, 6 to 5 will be given to a, 6 will be given to b, 2 will be given to c, and the expression is a plus b plus c. Output will be passed to x and will get printed. See, this way also you can. If you are okay with this, you can go with this, or you can define function like this. Now, if you want to add three numbers, x plus x comma y comma z, then z is equal to x plus y plus z. Sorry, z. Then here x plus y plus z. Then you name it to some other s, return s. Then here 5 comma 3 comma some 2. This will give you the answer. See, this is one way, or you can go with this lambda, whichever way you feel better, you go with that. So I think this much is enough for function. Mostly we'll be using this type of function only. Okay, so better concentrate on this type of function. But I have just shown you another way. That's all. Lambda function. One line of, it's actually one line function. One line is enough. Like we have seen in list comprehension, only one line is enough to create a large list also. Okay, I think we have finished the function. Any doubt here? So like this, you can have any operation. So here is the syntax. See, this is the expression. That means the operation to be performed. These are the arguments we require: x, y, z, something. Now this should be some result s. Now if you give s of some variable, some numbers 1 comma 2, this 1 will be taken to x, 2 will be taken to y, and we will perform the operation here. It may be x plus y, x into y, something. Now, when you print this, you will get the output. When you print this, print print this, you will get the output. This is lambda function. Simple. See, it can have only one expression. Whatever be the expression, only one expression is possible. But it can take any number of arguments. And lambda is the keyword to be used. See here, the keyword used is lambda.